Okay, it is official. I have finished the Words of Radiance, and we're going to talk about it. I have so much to say and have felt so many things on this journey, and you can watch the videos that I've already posted. But this is the full review, so here's kind of like the overarching thoughts, questions, favorite moments. Here's where I'm at. I did enjoy it. I liked it a lot. I liked it better than Way of Kings. But they're so, these books are so long and so big that I already know I've forgotten a significant portion of this already. And, that's a me problem. But this was a wild ride. By far, my favorite scene, section, part of the Stormlight Archive so far in both books is the duel. The duel with Adolin and Kaladin and Renarin versus the other assholes that I refuse to remember their names. That was so good. I loved every part of that. I was surprised. I was excited. And there was so much going on as well and different things that I'm still kind of questioning about. But loved it. I was shocked when Yasna got killed. I was even more shocked when she came back at the end. And she's burned, which was interesting. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. But I really enjoyed all the Yasna stuff. The lift interlude, I actually really liked the lift interlude, a lot. I like the Zeth stuff too. But the lift one, because it had who I now know is called Nin, feels pretty significant. And Nin turned out to be one of the heralds, which is insane. And he is trying to stop the Radiance. Because he was like, I need to stop what you are to lift. And mind you, this is a 13-year-old girl, and he's breaking her ribs with a cudgel and all kinds of shit. But she was able to bring her friend back to life, which is kind of wild. I liked Shallan and the Ghost Bloods and all that stuff. That was cool. Adolin imprisoning himself alongside Kaladin, I thought was great. Mind you, of course, not a one-to-one, because Adolin, has his span read in there, and he's got water and food and stuff. He just, locked himself in the jail, in solidarity with our boy Cal. I thought that was great. Cal and Shallan in the chasms was very cool. The fact that they both confided in each other because they've both done some pretty crazy shit, and they were kind of able to bond in that way, I thought was really cool and unexpected. Shallan being the one that killed her dad and her mom. Oh shit, I just put that together. Woo! Yeah, she killed both her parents. Ooh! Whoa. Anyway, so that happened. Killed her mom and her mom's boyfriend, and then, because they tried to kill her first, and then her dad went crazy. He was probably an asshole before then, right? Anyway, so she killed her dad by poisoning him, and then choking him out with the necklace that he bought her. Ooh. Probably my second favorite moment outside of the duel is Dalinar making Amaram apologize to Kaladin, because the switch that Brandon Sanderson did where he saw Amaram was it's time for an apology, and he makes you think that he's gonna make Kaladin try and bury the hatchet, but no, he made Amaram do it. Beautiful. Love that. Yeah, Yasna's back. The fact that the Stormfather is now Dalinar's spren, but he's not giving him any weapons or shards or anything. But he's yeah, okay, sure, you bullied me into it. So I'm interested to see where that goes. Because Dalinar this entire time has been having these visions and he didn't know what to do with them, and he's just trying his best out here. And he's trying to find the Radiance only to become one, and the leader of them. That's pretty great. Questions that I'm left with now though is somebody mentioned that the Night Watcher is the mother of the spren. So I don't know what that is, because then I also found out that the Stormfather is leftover honor spren. This spren stuff is never going to sink into my brain. I've already accepted it. I have no idea what any of it means. I'm just trying my best, and we'll see what happens. But Nin also has a spren, I think, that can take other people's stormlight, because he took away Lift's powers, which is terrifying. So that happened. I'm very curious as to how Shallan got her shard blade, because I don't think it's been explained. I think I would remember if it had, because she's had a shard blade since her parents. So Yeah, what's up with that? Also, Taravangian knows where the honor blades are. They're like with the Shin, like Zeth's people. How does he know that? And what is he doing with that information? I don't know. I'm curious also, like, does being bonded to a Spren change anything when it comes to the Night Watcher's curses? Right? Because Lift, they said that she visited the old magic, which I'm assuming means she went to the Night Watcher and she got, her boon and her curse. And we know Dalinar, we don't know what his boon is because he won't say anything about it, but we know his curse is that basically he had his wife erased from his memory. Can't hear her name, doesn't remember what she looks like, doesn't remember her name, all of that. So I'm curious if the Night Watcher is the mother of the Spren, but now Dalinar is bonded with the Stormfather. Is that gonna, take away the curse? Is that how that works? But maybe not, because Lift is bonded with Wendell. And what is Lift's curse? Do I know that? Anyway, overall, I liked it. I liked it better than The Way of Kings. It's still a lot for me to try and, digest and remember. I'm still Team Dalinar all day, every day. I love that guy. I mentioned in the last video that the final battle didn't have the emotional stakes that I wish it had, because I knew that all of the characters, or I had assumed that all of the characters were still alive in the future. So at no point did I think Dalinar, Szeth, Adolin, or Kaladin were going to die. At any point. I was like, yeah, they're going to make it through this. They're going to make it through this. Where with the duel, I didn't know at the time if Adolin was going to move on. And also, I didn't know if Adolin was going to be crippled or not. So I was like, oh shit, the stakes felt very real in the duel. But I think maybe the other thing is, with TikTok, and this is not, I'm not complaining, it's just a thing. TikTok, puts videos sometimes on the For You page. So you get people that don't necessarily follow you that are just excited to talk about, and they don't really know and they get excited. So I'm not blaming them at all. But it did do something to me where I was more just kind of watching it as opposed to being invested, which was why I didn't do any reaction videos during the fight, because I didn't react during the fight. And I'm not going to fake any of that, to be like, oh, I'm really excited now. It's no. Everything I ever post on here is 100% authentic. I'm going through it as it is recording. All of that to say, yes, I enjoyed it. I'm excited. I have a lot of questions. I know I'm going to forget a lot of stuff. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I liked it better than Way of Kings. And I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm really excited for Edge Dancer, which is next. And I already have it. I'm starting that tonight. I'm super excited about it. So yeah, we'll see where this goes. I'm pumped. I'm excited to see what happens next, because I'm also not entirely clear what is happening. Because in the first book, was a whole lot of build up to stuff. And then the second book is it's building up to this, Parshendi big battle, the Everstorm with, the Stormfather and Odium, and the Everstorm with Odium. And now it's Odium is coming and he's killed gods already. So how are you going to stop him? I have no idea. And are we ever going to meet Odium in the way that we met Ruin and Preservation? And also, if Odium is able to kill other gods, it would stand to reason that he's also able to be killed. But can he only be killed by... Well, no. I don't know. It's so much. And I like it. But I also know half of this stuff went in and out. As hard as I have tried, my ADD just does not cooperate most of the time. So... I've heard a lot of people say, Stormlight is big and it's a lot to take in, and I found that to be true. But some people said if you want to take a break in between and whatever, I'm excited for Edge Dancer, something much smaller, and it's about Lift, who I already love, to see what that story is about, because I know nothing about it other than it's about Lift, and it's called Edge Dancer, which she is apparently. So I'm pumped. It's gonna be good. Words of Radiance, thumbs up, and on to the next one.